Sound check. Oh my god. Hello? Hey guys, it's David Yee and welcome to my first channel. This channel is all about beauty tips and skincare, Korean beauty, maybe a little K-pop makeup here and there, but more so I want it to be an authentic place where we can be real with each other. I think that that's really hard for a lot of guys in the 21st century, especially because we've been conditioned not to have feelings and to be a man, whatever that sense of toxic masculinity is. And I think that's a reason why I started my website, Very Good Light, last year. It's a men's beauty publication, but more so our vision and what our mission is to redefine masculinity. And I don't think that masculinity is this horrible thing that we have to stray away from. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a lot of masculinity that we've been taught as children to not express our feelings, be emotional, caring, vulnerable. I think that generationally they've had an impact on how guys perceive not only themselves but other people. I think it's really important to shed a light today on these specific issues, especially what's going on in our world, and I hope that more guys can be open, be their authentic selves, and if not, they can come to this channel and they can seek that empowerment. Okay, so speaking of empowerment and being all about self-acceptance, we need to go on to today's first topic. And that's about me being shamed on the interwebs. Okay, backstory. So about 4 months ago during the summer, when I was having the worst skin breakout of my entire life, I'm talking about cystic acne and blotchy skin and oily patches and dry patches. I was a real hot mess, and I'll be the first to admit to you that I was not looking that cute or feeling that cute. I was living in New York City and the humidity was just insane and crazy. I was stressed out because the MTA was effed up and the trains weren't coming, the pollution was out of control, and I was just really stressed with my business as well. My skin was just going berserk. Let me tell you, as a beauty editor, when I go to a certain function, and I talk to my other beauty editor friend about this, when we look at other beauty bloggers or beauty editors who have flawless skin, we get really highly suspect. We're like, wait a second, you have not been using all these products, have you? Because as a beauty editor, we all know that your skin is your testing ground, it's your battleground. So if you don't go nuclear with blemishes or craziness, then we know that probably you're not doing your job. And so I guess I was doing a really thorough job. I guess that I am like beauty editor of the year because of all of the blemishes and the comet-sized cystic acne that I was growing. QZ asked me to do a video describing what K-beauty is and what the 10-step routine is like. And I was like, okay, done. Unfortunately, I was in LA and I had a big family scare, which maybe I'll talk about later, and I'll link below what I'm talking about, and it's an article that I wrote about. That happened that weekend before I was set to fly to New York and film for QZ. It was the worst time of my life. I felt super stressed out. I had just walked off of a plane to New York to set. I didn't want to cancel on QZ. I wanted to be professional, and it didn't really matter what I looked like or what my condition was. QZ still was waiting for me to come and be their guest. You know, practicing what I preach, and this is what I really believe in. I didn't feel any less insecure because I didn't have less than perfect skin. I knew that my skin was red and pink and I had cystic acne, but what did that have to do with me teaching other people about the benefits of K-beauty and Korean beauty? It had absolutely nothing. And I wanted to be authentic. I wanted to tell people that, yeah, sure, you can have flawless skin days, but other days we are human. And this is what humans look like. Sometimes we look like goblins. Sometimes we look like Dustin Diamond. Sometimes we look like we just got off of Kim Jong-il's nuclear reactor. Sometimes we look like Donald Trump Jr.'s left earlobe. you know, sometimes we just don't look our best. And I think that confidence, like I said, comes from the inside out. So it didn't matter to me that I came with blemishes. And I think it did matter to the producer who talked to me aside and was like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? I was like, why? What's going on? And she was like, because your face, like, you know, it has blemishes. What do you have to say about that? And I told her straight up, I was like, look, this is who I am, and I'm all about authenticity. Some days you have your best poreless complexion, but other days you look like me. And then she was like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. And so I went through my 10-step K-beauty process. It was 2 hours and I left, and that was my job. I left for the day and I went on living my best life. And then 2 months later, I get a notification from my friends and everyone's texting me and they're like, oh my gosh, your video's on QZ. Your video's on QZ. And I was like, okay, cool. Bouncy, beautiful, glowing skin. So I check it, I watch it, I think it's edited so perfectly and so entertainingly, and kudos to CE at QZ, you did a great job. Never did I know that this video was gonna go mega viral. I'm talking about over 4 million views on Facebook alone, not even counting YouTube. And for me, I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. But then I started getting screenshots from my friends, and they were nice comments. They were bullying comments, like, you have the ugliest skin, oh my gosh. You are hideous, why would I ever take advice from you? This guy doesn't even take care of his own skin, why should we trust in him? And I was mortified, and I had to turn off this video and turn off my Twitter notification. It just was an awful feeling. Here I was trying to show everyone my real skin at that moment, which wasn't, it's perfect, I admit. It was just really a crazy experience, scrolling through those comments and seeing just how much outrage I created because of what my pores looked like. I don't think that skincare is a 1, 2, 3 step process and you're done and you look flawless like a K-drama star or a K-pop star. It's a journey, right? And sometimes it's not about that destination where, okay, now I have this glistening glass or honey skin and I can retire from skincare. No, it's about finding what's right for you. It's about finding what routine works for you, and it's about education and going on that journey to find different things and different methods or different products that work for you. That video there
means gravity is
was just
droopy, so
a
you always
huge
want to massage
wake-up call for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like there's so many skincare lovers out there, people who subscribe to Korean skincare or just love their skin, but they don't have their best skin days, and they don't have these days where they feel their best because of a blemish or because of a dark circle. But who's to say that these things are really ugly? Who's to say that these imperfections aren't perfect? I think that we are human, and that's what makes us completely ourselves. We have our best skin days, we have our worst skin days, but what makes us human and real and three-dimensional is that we all have flaws. You are who you are. Celebrate who you are, and it's time we do that. Let's embrace ourselves more. Let's not say that we need to fix this or that. Although some days I really have those days where I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks really bad. But let's embrace those days too. Thanks so much for watching. It's my first time on YouTube, so bear with me, and I'm just so excited to embark on this journey with you guys. So take care. Now's the time to hug your skin. Hug it, guys. Hug it. Love it. Lick it.
Say the word and we can run round the earth and around the sun. Say the word and we can say. Say the word.